Hello and welcome. Today we're taking a look at luxury beauty that is coming soon. So I have information, photos from a variety of creators. I'll leave them all linked down below, so definitely check out their accounts. And we're going to start off with some information from Trend Mood 1, and this is Miu Miu Beauty. So Miu Miu and Prada, they are sister companies, and Miu Miu is now entering the beauty space. So we don't really have any information on what is going to be available. It looks like we've got a couple of fragrance bottles, and this pink palette could perhaps be an eyeshadow quad or a blush. Not really sure what it is at this point, but definitely can't wait to see what's coming forth from them. And it's definitely on my watch list. So let me know if you've heard anything else about this. Now from Glow Scope 1, we have photos of the new Dolce & Gabbana palettes. And I think these look really pretty. I am definitely intrigued with the one on the left in this photo, the one that has more of the gray and taupey shades. So that's the one that I'm interested in. The other two definitely look very warm toned, but the one in the middle is going to be more neutral, more brown. So, you know, definitely the one on the left, possibly the one in the middle. I'll be passing on the one on the right, but I'm interested in these. So these should be dropping soon. And just for reference with Dolce & Gabbana, I've tried their large palette, which had some nice formulas, but the pans in there, you know, there were a couple shades there that were just too soft and kept crumbling. So that one was kind of, you know, risky. But then I also purchased their quad that came out last holiday season, and that has been fantastic formulas, really nice, kind of, again, a warm tone, like golden kind of quad. And the formulas on that have been really nice. So I think, you know, hopefully all the bugs and kinks have been worked out with these. Everything will stay in the pan, but I think the formulas will be just as nice as the one in the holiday palette from 2024 season. Also from Glow Scope 1, we have photos of the new Cle de Peau holiday collection, and I'm so excited for this. I think the packaging on here looks stunning. We have a quad and a highlighter. Now the highlighter, I'm not sure if that is a brand new shade because it does look very similar to one of their shades. It reminds me of this one, which is 201 Twilight Glow. So we'll have to see if it's the same shade, which they do sometimes with the holiday packaging, or if it's going to be a new shade. But if it's new, I'm interested in it. And the eyeshadow quad, I'm interested in this. We've got, you know, a light pink, which I don't care too much about, but it'll be nice. The lavender looks stunning, and these two browns look gorgeous. So I cannot wait to try this collection. Hopefully there will be some lip products released as well. And I typically love the Cle de Peau holiday collections. So one of the great things about their holiday collections for the packaging is, at least with the eyeshadow palette, it's usually refillable. So you can take your favorite, you know, quad from their permanent line and put that in the limited edition packaging. Hopefully they'll do that with the highlighter this year. Last year, the highlighter was not refillable. And Viseart just launched a new palette. It's called the Paris Nuit Étoilée Étendue. A little bit of a tongue twister for me. And this just came out. We've got, you know, this has been a take off of one of their previous Petite Pro palettes that came out many years ago. And I think this looks gorgeous. I love the fact that they added in some of those, you know, more neutral browns at the top in the matte. It makes it a little bit more wearable, but the bottom two rows look very, very much like the previous Petite Pro palette. So depending on what you have, this may or may not be something you want to pick up, but I think the colors look gorgeous, and this is something that I'm interested in personally. And one of the makeup lines I am most excited about is the new Hung Vanngo beauty. So Hung Vanngo is, you know, I'm sure if you are not familiar with his name, you have definitely seen his work. He is one of the best, possibly the best makeup artists in the world. So I'm super excited that he has finally come out with this whole line. And the line's focus is celebrating color. So of course there will be some neutrals because, you know, who doesn't love a good neutral? But we've got tons of colorful items here. And, you know, it's a great way to kind of explore, you know, the world of color. And I cannot wait. His line is coming to Sephora September 8th, and I mean, we have so many items here. There are going to be 8 eyeshadow palettes, 18 creamy matte lipsticks, 9 longwear lip liners, 10 longwear eyeliners, 3 velvet kohl's, 6 velvet blushes, and 6 blurring bronzers. And yeah, I think this looks like an awesome line. So I cannot wait to try these out. And yeah, definitely stay tuned. I'm going to be picking up quite a few of these items, and I can't wait to share these with you. Now, some information from Byredo. And first up, I just wanted to share this photo of the new Prada pink lipsticks. 3 of them have been released here in the US, but I'm still waiting for the shade that I want the most. I believe it was P160, and it's still not available here in the US, but I will be having all 4 of them as soon as possible. I did purchase the other 3 that are currently available, but I've just been sort of waiting for that last one to drop. So I think those look stunning. I'm very excited for them. Moving on to Givenchy Holiday, and Byredo has some great photos of these. So we don't have promo photos, we have real life photos. I think that makes such a huge difference when we're looking at the shades here, because the promo photos make, you know, these products look a little bit more warm. For example, the packaging in a promo photo looks more yellow gold, whereas here it definitely looks more antique gold, more champagne gold. So, you know, I think it's going to be a big difference. And judging from the photos here, this is a collection I'm definitely interested in. So the powder, we do have a new powder in number 15. You know, I haven't loved their new loose powder formulation, so probably pass on that. The highlighter looks very similar to one of their previous ones, and it looks fairly gold, so probably pass on that. But this eyeshadow palette, yes, we've got some warm golds in here. We've got some cooler silvers in here. We've got some gorgeous taupes. It's a beautiful mishmash of, you know, shades that you can wear every day. So I'm interested in the palette. It's going to be number 16. I love the Givenchy eyeshadow palettes, and this one looks like a great one to have on hand, a great one to complement palette number 12, and just for reference, this is palette 12, which is available in the permanent line. It's one of my all-time favorite eyeshadow palettes. Great collection of neutral shades. In addition, we have 2 new shades of the new Givenchy lipsticks that have recently come out, and I did already review this formula, so if you missed it, it's already on my channel, and I haven't decided on these. I need to see some additional shades, additional swatches, but both of these shades look really nice. So I'll have to kind of go through what I have. I may pass on these, or I may end up picking up one or even both of them. So it's kind of up in the air at the moment. But I think they look gorgeous. From Angel Naked Makeup, we have photos of the new La Mer lip products. So these are La Mer's Tinted Lip Balm. There will be 4 shades, and right now they're available in Asia, but they should be releasing in other countries soon. And I'm interested in testing these out. Actually, I think all 4 shades look very nice. Don't really need all 4, so I'm gonna try to pick maybe 2, maybe the top right and bottom left. Not really sure yet. It's going to depend partly on the price point as well, but definitely interested in these. Now we're moving on to some information from Tavia at Chic Profile 4, and she has the new YSL Holiday Blush Palette. And I think this is a gorgeous palette. I've been very interested in this, but we do have a lot of repeat shades here that I already have, so I'll probably be passing on this for that reason. But I love the concept, and if you don't already have YSL blushes or highlighters to test out, I think this is a great way to do that. You've got some really good color options in here, and I think it's a nice way to kind of mix and match and, you know, test out the formulas. I also think this would make a lovely gift. So I'll probably pass on it based on what I already own, but I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now also from YSL for holiday, they have this eyeshadow palette coming out, which does interest me. These are kind of screenshots I took during the actual reel that she has posted on her site, or on Instagram. So definitely take a look at the reel under Chic Profile 4's account so you can see that kind of in action a little bit better. But we've got kind of these like soft rosy shades that look like they're more like rosy taupes, rosy mauves. So I'm interested in checking these out. I think this palette looks really nice. So that one does interest me. Also from Tavia, we have the new Burberry blushes. These are supposed to be coming out very, very soon in 6 shades. This is Burberry's fall launch, and we have, you know, 6 different shades of the blushes in Sand Beige, Pink Heather, Rose Meadow, Peach Tree, Earthy Rose, and Russet Leaves. I'm interested in these, so definitely plan on picking some of these up if they become available here in the US. Now, Lancome is celebrating their 90th anniversary. I had no idea it's already been 90 years for them, but they are going to come out with a limited edition rose color collection of the L'Absolu Drama matte lipsticks, which I personally really enjoy that formula. And, you know, the packaging on these is nice. I'm interested in these. I'll probably pass on some of the warmer tones, but I'm looking at least 2 of these. So yeah, I'm interested in these. Now, I also have screenshots from another reel on Tavia's account, and that is the new Byredo palette. And I've been kind of on the fence because I really like the left side of the palette, which is cooler, and then the right side is significantly warmer, and I feel like I just won't really use that side very much. So I've been conflicted. So I'm happy to see that we have some actual swatches posted here. And, you know, I'm still pretty conflicted, but it actually feels like when I look at this, it looks like more than half of the palette's warm. So I'm leaning more towards passing on this. Let me know what you guys think. I still haven't seen it available, but it's coming out this for the fall collection. So this should be popping up relatively soon. Now, this is the makeup line I'm sure most people have been anticipating, and this is the Louis Vuitton. And in this case, this collection, I've been very eager for this. Couldn't wait to see it. You know, I'd love to see these in person. This is coming out very soon. August 25th is the launch date, and it should be available on their official website and some department stores. So in the UK, it is supposed to be available at Harrods. Don't know about the US yet, but it's a massive line. We have so much. And we know that Dame Pat McGrath, she is the one who has basically created this with LV. So, you know, she's been working on this for years. I have no doubt that the formulas are going to be fantastic. The packaging looks great. The pricing, however, is where I draw the line. There are 55 refillable lipsticks, 10 refillable lip balms. There are a ton of eyeshadow quads that are also refillable. But our prices are essentially ranging from $160 to $250. So I just feel like, you know, it's just not going to be worth it. Now, if you are a huge LV fan and you are a collector, this may be a fantastic opportunity. You know, as we're looking at the photos here, you can see that these lipsticks have these adorable little LV cases with them. Not sure whether those are included or they are an additional price. There's no information on that yet, but I have to say the color stories here, you've got a great collection of color stories. I love the blue, the green, particularly the purple. The purple is definitely my favorite out of these. We've got a ton of lipsticks. The packaging looks nice. It looks like it could perhaps be a solid metal case. It doesn't look like it's plastic at all. I like the way that these are refillable. You can see that, you know, the kind of the lid holding the pans in, that lifts up. So that looks nice. It looks sturdy. I also really like how when you're looking at the lipsticks, we have kind of that little flower, you know, on the top of the cap that is see-through. So you can see the color of your lipstick through the cap, which I think that is a nice touch. And again, you know, everything looks gorgeous. For me, the issue is the price. So, you know, I've contemplated, should I just get one, just to try one, have that like collector piece and so forth. But, you know, the price point, I just feel like when we get to those higher price points and people are buying them, it's just giving permission for the other brands to start raising the prices. I mean, I've already balked at the price of the Hermes holiday quad at $121. So for these to be $250, it's shocking to me. So I know there will be plenty of other channels that will pick these up and review them, and I'm sure they're going to be great, but I'm going to be passing on these unless, for example, there's some sort of awesome sale, which I highly, highly doubt. But I think it's a gorgeous line, a beautiful collection, and I'd love to try them, but the price point to me is just not worth what I'm getting from it. I would love to know which items interest you, what you think of the LV pricing. I know everybody's gonna think it's crazy, but how many of you think it's too crazy and how many of you think it's crazy, but I'm gonna get it anyway? So I'd love to hear your thoughts. Please share them down below in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, thank you so much to all of the creators who shared the information and photos. I will have all of their accounts linked down below, so please check them out. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon. Have a wonderful day.